Hello paper crafters, I'm Sunny Sky and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I have two videos for you featuring this special Hostess set Merry Patterns, available in September and October with a $300 purchase. And we're also featuring on these two projects the lovely Merry Music Specialty Designer Series paper, these lovely gold and silver snowflakes that also have a reverse side that you could use to color any color, black rhinestones, which are from the fall sweets, but they go really well with Christmas as well, and a couple of ribbons. So video number 59 features this pizza box which holds some cards inside, and these are food safe. You'll see they kind of have a shiny interior. And then video number 60 is the coordinating cards. These little 3x3 envelopes are in that holiday catalog, and then we'll also do two each of these three different designs of cards. Now here are the pieces of cardstock and papers that you'll need for this pizza box. So we're going to cover the four sides with these little strips, and the top and the bottom with the larger pieces of the Merry Music Specialty Designer Series paper. And then you just need a scrap of Whisper White and a scrap of Emerald Green, large enough for the larger two stitched framelit oval dies. So we're using the candle outline image from our Merry Patterns Hostess stamp set to stamp the candles. And then we're going to use some crushed curry for the candle flames. And on my sample, I did also add the color for the red and green candles on the inside. But this time on the tag, I'm just going to leave it as an outline, and then I'll be able to show you two different looks. This is a cleaner look for this. Now on the candles on the inside cards, we will color them in. Let me just show you this tag where we colored in the red and the green, the cherry cobbler, and the emerald envy. But for this one, we're going to leave this a little more simple. And I'm going to go ahead, and since that black might be totally dry, I'm going to tap instead of rubbing with my Versamark, with my embossing buddy here. And then use the Versamark Invisible Sticky Ink. And I've put the Merry Christmas stamp and also the little branch on the same block here, so I can just stamp once and have them sort of placed. And I know that this little branch is going to come off of the image a little bit, off of the oval of the tag. So I'm placing the Merry Christmas just slightly off to the left of the stamp so I can get a little bit more of that branch in there when I cut it. Alright, dip it in my embossing powder. This takes a little more room to store, but I just love having larger than a full size card front that I can just dip my cardstock in and get that embossing powder all over it. It takes a little while to get started, but then it moves pretty quickly when you're embossing. That is so pretty. Okay, I've got my Big Shot platform set up for a thin steel die. I have the older platform still. It works for me, so I have not purchased the one that we are selling now. We're doing the smaller stitched framelit oval on the image that we stamped, and the larger one is going to go behind the snowflakes. So it's going to look like a lot of green, but it's going to not all show because we have that beautiful foil snowflake that's going to go between these two layers. So you see some of that little branch is sticking out, but it gives us enough on the oval to show that embossed accent that we created. It's nice that we can run both of these items through at the same time. It took me a while to invest in these stitched framelits, but they are really beautiful. I've just seen so many cards with them, and I thought, well, I have circles, I have ovals, but I finally took the plunge. Let me bring this back in. I think it makes easier for you to see everything. Okay, now these are those foil snowflakes you really get a lot of them in the package, and you could reverse them, and you could sponge this with any color if you wanted to do a pale blue snowflake, but I really like the foil. So let's get some adhesive here, and I'm going to get that prepped. It's gumming up a little bit on me today. There we go. Alright, so I'm just going to center that foil snowflake on there. I don't think that's perfect, but. And then for the foil side, it's going to be easier. You can see I stamped an image once and messed up a little bit. So I love that about cardstock. You can always use the back side. Alright, so I'm going to line this up on the in front. And we're also using a part of a foil snowflake for one of our cards on the inside. Okay, so this this is the rest of the tag here. We have this gold ribbon. And you know, if I forget to tell you what items we're using, down in the comments section below this video are always all the pieces that we've used for this. So you can always go back and look down there. And also, I don't pause real long and describe all the sizes of the pieces of cardstock, because you can always pause the video to see them. Okay, I'm just trying to do a little knot here. It's kind of going a little messy, but alright, there we go. So that's my tag. You can see this other one where we had the color on there, and then this one is just with the little more elegant look. So we're going to finish off the tag in a minute, but first I want to do my pizza box. These are so great. You do not have to glue anything together. You're simply folding. There's two little tabs here that come out right in there. Okay, so if you fold the bottom of the pizza box up, oh, I'm doing it backwards. This is the food safe side. In here on the inside, this shiny glossy side. Alright, so we'll just fold the different way. And then this end just comes up and over, and you see those little notches, they just notch right down into the base. If I hadn't folded it the wrong way first, it'd probably fit a little better, huh? Okay. And then we're going to put some cardstock on the outside of this box just to decorate it. Now, you could put all this cardstock on while it's still flat, but I decided that it's a sturdy enough box that I could put on those pieces of cardstock after I've got it assembled, and I think that's just going to make it easier for me to make sure I've got them right side up. I'm going to put the music notes on the inside of this on the sides and go with the little flourishes there, but you definitely would want to have your music notes right side up if you had that side showing. Okay, and on the front of the box there is, I've only put adhesive on 3. On the front of the box there's this little downspout here, the little hole. So this is just a 1/2 inch circle punch, and I'm just estimating where the half is, and I'm just getting a little bit of that out of there. Oh, let's see, that's going in. And you want to do that before you put the adhesive on. Fortunately, I remembered just in time. Look at that, I got it pretty much perfect. Okay, so we're going to put all our sides on here, and then this box will be done. It's pretty quick. And you get 8 in the set, so you can do quite a bunch of them. If I were doing these for gifts instead of just for showing for you, I would cut all these pieces first, all my larger pieces, and just assembly line it. All right, just put some. I'm putting more adhesive than I normally would just because I want to make sure it sticks to the box. I'm sure it would be fine, but let me find my nicest piece for the front. I think I'm going to put this one on the top. Here. Front, top, same difference, right? Okay, and then I want to flip it over so the back is right side up with that. Okay, and then I've got about 20 inches of this crinkled seam binding ribbon in Emerald Envy. And I'm just going to wrap this around the front. And then I have my little tag. Let me just thread this through where I made that little loop with that gold ribbon. This is a really lovely ribbon. It's thin enough to go for most anything, and it has that sparkle and glitter of the gold. Gives you a really elegant look. Get our little ribbon tied here. Okay. You can always go back and fiddle with the tabs later, but I do like to cut them on an angle. I think it just gives it a little more finished look. So that's the box. Here's the other one I did before. Well, here's the box. I used a different sheet of paper from that same set, and this is still tied, and you can just wrap it back around the box. So there's our little pizza box. Make sure you check out my next video, which is number 60, for the cards that I put inside this box. So thanks for joining me today, and go have some fun crafting and getting ready for Christmas.